All right. Hey guys, welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Cassandra, and if you're watching this on the replay, then we are going to be doing some things today, or if you're watching it now, we're going to be doing the following things today. So I'm going to give you a little restaurant review. That's going to be first. I'm going to be answering your questions all throughout this stream. So if you do have questions, go ahead and leave them in the live chat and I will answer them for you. And then the third thing is we're going to be going over some comments and questions that you guys have asked me on my most popular videos. So those are the things we are doing today, and we're going to get started into it. I also asked you guys on Instagram what you wanted me to talk about, and you told me a few things. So the first one was that you wanted to hear more about restaurants. So I did go to a restaurant today, and I'm going to be sort of eating on this live stream with you and giving you my review of a restaurant that I've never been to. And the other thing was that you wanted me to go to coffee shops or tell you about coffee shops. And I'm so sorry, but I haven't been to any coffee shops. The truth is I don't really drink any beverages like that. Like I don't drink coffee or tea or hot chocolate really because I'm lactose intolerant. So I don't really frequent the coffee shops, but if that's something you guys are interested in, then I can for sure go in a future video, but I can't talk about that today because I have no idea. But hi guys, I just want to say hello to some people who are here. Hey Christine and hey Bob, I'm so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for being here right now. So let me tell you a little bit about the restaurant thing. So I actually went to order from this restaurant called NWT Brewing Company. And so I called them for takeout, and they actually said they're not doing takeout for the rest of the year for some reason. I'm not really sure what's going on with that. They didn't give me a reason, but their menu looks amazing, and I would like to try them in the future, but I wasn't able to try them today. So I ended up going to a restaurant called Coyotes Bistro and Lounge here. And that's what I have. I'm going to show you some things that I got from there. Now, I've never been. It was like a really kind of like a barish type place it looked like, but it looked really big and it had lots of seating and stuff. But I'll just tell you what I got. So I got, my husband got a buffalo burger with a fusion salad. I got these coyote chippers. So it's just these like kettle chips, and this is honey mustard sauce with dill. This is actually the reason I got it. If anything says honey mustard, I'm obsessed with honey mustard. I don't know why, but I was like, oh, I have to get it. It says honey mustard. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing I got was the steak sandwich with it. So it's just like on garlic bread with fries, and it comes with this little fusion salad. And I'll just read to you what it's supposed to be. So, oh, by the way, I spent $64.05. And okay, so the steak sandwich is just a 7-ounce strip loin on fresh garlic baguette with fusion salad and fries. And then these little chips, it says crispy fried seasoned potato chips served with our own honey mustard dill dip. So there you go. I got it rare. Okay, so I'll try it for you. Oh, but I just want to tell you really quickly. When I went in, the guy was like, oh, we have a little Christmas present for you. He just gave me this envelope, and it says, Merry Christmas from Coyotes for use until January 2022. And it's a $20 gift certificate. I thought that was so nice. Obviously there's a bit of a limited window, but I'm assuming maybe, a lot of people probably don't order out after Christmas. So it's probably a hard time for restaurants. I'm wondering if that's why they're doing it, but it's super nice. A really, really nice thing to do. So in total, I don't know what I spent $54.05. So I've been munching on these chips. My family all tried them, and it's really good. Somehow it's kind of spicy. I'm not really sure what makes it spicy, but and then I did try a little bite. I'm sure you saw the steak, but I haven't tried the salad yet. So maybe I'll start with that. I know it's so nice, eh? That's why I guess people are like, oh, go to the local restaurants, because like it's just usually a nicer experience, eh, when it's local. So that's what I meant to write down, the fusion salad. That's what I wanted to read you guys because it was really weird. It was like some kind of strange dressing with cabbage and I don't even know. It's like, I don't know. Kind of tastes like balsamic, I guess. Like citrusy. It's good. Everything's good. I would definitely go back for sure. Okay. So again, I see some people have joined here. Um, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the sidebar there. I'm happy to answer them for you. It's going to be tricky to eat and talk, isn't it? Oh, thank you. If that, Christine says, I like your Christmas tree. Um, yeah, I actually like turned my couch around so that you could see it in the background, or just to be fancy. But thank you. My kids decorated. There's a lot of my kids' ornaments on there. And Tobias, oh, you can't see. Oh, I got to show you the best part is this bird on the top. Tobias got me that for Christmas last year. So we have a bird on the top. Chris lets them, for presents, Chris lets them go and they can pick like whatever they want in the store. And I do the same thing for him. So one year, Tobias got Daddy his favorite bread. So that's what we gave him for a gift. And then, yeah, we've got some funny gifts that way. It's always really cute to let them go and try it out. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started maybe with some of the things that I've prepared. So just to give you a bit of background, now these are from, just to remind you, my most popular videos. So some of them are from like a year ago. But it's common questions that people ask. So it says, why did you move from Ontario to Yellowknife? And the reason we moved from Ontario to Yellowknife is that my husband went to nursing school and he graduated, and we were kind of older. It wasn't like we were teenagers. We'd been married for a while. I think we've been married for 5 years. So he was about 25 and he wanted a full-time job, but you can't really get a full-time job in nursing in Ontario. It's very difficult. It's mostly just part-time for most of the provinces down there. Sometimes in Alberta. I think I had a friend who moved to Alberta that was nursing. He might have got a full-time job, but anyway, it's really tricky. But up here, it's easy to get a full-time job. In fact, they don't hire part-time here. It's something the way they hire full-time and casual at the hospital. I'm talking for nurses. And it's because of something like they end up having to pay you more when you're part-time. I think because of the amount of overtime you can pick up it or something like that. And like they end up paying you more. So anyway, there's only one person at the hospital on part-time that's a nurse. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, so he wanted full time. And so that's pretty much the reason we moved up here. We looked a little bit at Nunavut, but it was just like a little bit too much of an experience. I don't know. Like it's a little, I don't know how to explain it, but this is like a normal small city, whereas like that has a lot of, I don't know, just, I don't know how to explain that, but I think you probably know what I mean if you're watching this. Okay, so the next one is I put this one on for a reason, and I'll share it with you in a second. So it says, I'm American and I wanted to visit Yellowknife and the Northwest Territories for a while now, provided the border between the two countries ever opens up again. Now, this was a year ago. Just to clarify, right now, I'm pretty sure if you are vaccinated, you need to do some testing, like days 1 and 8, but you don't need to isolate anymore. So that's awesome. But I don't know what goes on with the airlines, though. I think you need to, or no, you don't need to test anymore. Sorry, but you do need to test to get on the airplane. I'm pretty sure. So it's kind of opened. But it says, do you know if there are any direct flights from Toronto? Actually, isn't the border of Northwest Territories even closed to other Canadians now due to coronavirus? So I just talked about that. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I just saw this thing on Facebook. And it says, we've got great news that's bigger than the CN Tower. Starting in May, we'll be connecting Whitehorse and Yellowknife to Toronto twice weekly with our seasonal service. So I guess they're offering direct flights now, but it says seasonal. So I'm not quite sure the details on that, but I just thought that was interesting that now this company is doing that. Hello, Leah. How are you? Am I saying that right? Leah? I suck at names, but thanks. Happy Friday. Yeah, happy holidays to you guys. It's pretty close to the holidays now. So, yeah. Okay, so just because I know that you might have come in late, I got this food from Coyotes. I'll just repeat myself hopefully only a couple times, but I got these chips with this honey mustard dill, and I got a steak sandwich with fries and a salad. I'll just show you right here, because I know you guys have been asking me to try some local restaurants, and it's really good so far. I've had a bite of everything, and it's awesome. Oh, good, Leia. Okay, perfect. Thank you for joining me today. Oopsie. Okay, so I'll go on here. I'll just take another bite and then I'll go on. Okay. So the next thing is about events. So someone said, "Welcome to Yellowknife. It's too bad we're going through social distancing and isolation due to COVID." And sorry, I'm just gonna stop this for a second because Mo says, "A season's greetings from your number one fan." That's really, really sweet. Some of you are so, so sweet to me. You've been around from the beginning, like Mo has, and I honestly, when I post a video, I look forward to hearing from you guys every time. Like, it's so nice. It's so nice. So thank you, Mo. That's very nice. All right. So yeah, so it says, too bad we're going through social distancing and isolation due to COVID. Yellowknife is a beautiful city with a strong sense of community. And before I moved up here, I knew someone who used to live here in my church, and she said the same thing. She's just always talked about like how strong the community was, and like how I really need to get up there and be involved in the community and things that are going on. But I still haven't really been able to experience that because so many things are still shut down. I'm pretty sure at this point we might have the strictest restrictions in Canada. Don't quote me on that, but well, actually the thing just got lifted for the border, so maybe not anymore, but we were really strict there for a while, and still like we still have to wear masks everywhere and show proof of vaccination everywhere. That I think that's a Canadian wide thing though, right? If someone's in Canada, can you clarify that for me? I'm pretty sure everywhere in Canada you have to show your proof of vaccination and ID, but I don't know for sure. But anyway, so anyway, so I just still don't really know about the community events and stuff. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'll get to you in 1 second, Christine. So yeah, so she says normally there are lots of free events and barbecues for you and your little ones to enjoy during the summer. I find the events are not well advertised. And this is so true. That's why I want to put this comment up, because the events are not not well advertised. You really have to search. And so they'll be on in the newspaper, but mostly on Facebook. And I don't know why. They just don't like I don't know. It's so weird. It's so hard to figure out what's going on here. Even the sports and stuff, like you really have to dig and talk to people to find out different things. It's so weird. Anyway, and she says Facebook is a great resource. This is so, so nice. Thank you so much for the super chat, Christine. That's so nice. She says, how many restaurants are there in Yellowknife? Yeah, that's a great question. There are not many. Unfortunately, there were some I really wanted to try, but you know, COVID's been pretty hard, especially here for a small city. So a few of them have closed down. The really popular ones that you guys have been asking me to try. But there are, like, as far as chains, there is Boston Pizza, A&W, McDonald's, KFC, Starbucks. So I think, oh, and Subway. So those are like the chain ones that I can think of. I'm pretty sure that's it. Correct me if I'm wrong somewhere here, someone that knows here. But just in case you guys are joining late, I got some food from Coyotes here that I'm eating, and it's excellent. And they gave me a little gift certificate, which was so nice, for $20 for Christmas. So that was very nice. But yeah, I've heard really good things about some of the local ones. If you guys remember, I tried Burger Week. And so we got to try a few restaurants that way, but we didn't have much luck. So I've tried Copper House, which I've heard really good things about, but we didn't enjoy the burger. So who knows? That's all we've had from Copper House. And the Black Knight Pub was the other one. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. Thank you so, so, so much. That was very kind of you. Hi. I see some of you are popping in now. That's great. Okay, awesome. Thank you for answering this, Leah. So yes, in BC, we still have to wear masks in every public area. Vaccine passports are checked at events, but not stores. Oh yeah? Okay, yeah, it's kind of the same, except that you have to do it at a grocery store, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Like to pick up my food, you have to do it. Like so for restaurants. Oh yeah, like maybe, oh, you're saying like a retail store or something. I don't know. I haven't been in any stores yet to know. But yeah, okay, interesting. I don't like keep up with the I'm so bad at like keeping up with the restrictions and stuff. Hi, Vinny. Good to see you here. Merry Christmas again. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. That I think it would be not so tasty by the time I got here, but I appreciate that very much. That's so sweet. Yes, thank you for joining me here today. Um, okay, so we'll go ahead. I was just saying that if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the sidebar there and I can answer them for you. I know this is a busy time of year for a lot of people, so I appreciate you guys joining today, but I know a lot of you will be watching this on replay. So thank you for that as well, because that still helps my channel when you guys watch the videos. I appreciate it so much. Okay, so this was another great comment. Maybe can we take like a little break from my things for a second? Maybe you guys can tell me what you're doing for the holidays. That'd be awesome. I know Bob and I were chatting a little bit about what he's doing for the holidays. Oh yeah, this is actually a great point as well. There's a good chance things will be tighter for a while because of Omicron. My husband says it's so stupid. He's like Omicron or something. But yes, so that's in my head every time I read it. Yes, I think you're right. However, we won't get into why I think that's not great. But anyway, yes, you're probably right. Hopefully, it will all be over by next year. But yeah, maybe you guys could tell me a bit about your holidays so I can eat a little bit here and not feel like a jerk. And I'll check on how my husband's food was, and I'll post that somewhere as well. But his looked really good. I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty good. All right. So this was a great comment about some tips for the car. You guys know I'm always going on about I'm having car problems and whatever. It's just that, yeah, once it gets past like, I'd say like minus 25 and lower, and that's Celsius, I think, then I just always have a bunch of car problems. We just had to fix our power steering, and apparently that's a common thing to go wrong. And it was like $2,000 to fix the power steering and one more thing. Oh shoot, I forget now. It was like minor. Yeah, it was mostly the power steering that cost that much. So anyway, here's some tips from this comment. So it says, got to make sure you use synthetic oil, a block heater, oil pan heater. Yeah, I think some people just use one or the other, but some people have both. But I think just one is fine. Like the block heater, as far as I understand, I'm pretty sure that's all we have. I don't think we have an oil pan one, but we did on our last car, and it didn't seem to make much of a difference. Arctic washer fluid. Yep. Keep it in. Yep. We waited too long last year to plug it in. So definitely negative 20, you got to plug it in. No leaks in the tires. Get a command start. Now, this one was an interesting one because I don't know if you necessarily need a command start. You need to go out and run it for a while anyway. So like the command start doesn't really help you because you have to go out and plug it in anyway, because when you use your automatic start, it only lasts for like 5 minutes or something. So I always thought that was like a necessity, but I really don't think it is. Especially in those cold temperatures, because you don't know if it's going to start anyway. So using your command start doesn't even work half the time. Electric steering versus power steering. I just learned that one. I don't even know if like if that's common for cars to have electric steering. I'm pretty sure it's like mostly power steering, but I don't know. I don't know anything about cars. And then he says, let it run for at least 15 minutes before you drive it. Yeah. Sometimes I do longer for sure. And then I had to believe something out of his comment, but so maybe I'm not sure. Spent the first 23 years there, and now I'm 30, and he doesn't like the cold. We'll just say that. Okay. Why don't you move to Hi, Ravi. Why don't you move to a bigger city like Calgary, Vancouver, or Ontario from there? So you probably weren't here from the beginning, but we actually moved from Ontario, and we moved because my husband wanted a full-time job. And you can't really get that in the lower territories. And so, like, Yeah, it's mostly part-time for nursing. So he was looking for full-time, so this was a great opportunity for us, and you make a lot more money up here. So that's why we live here. And we also live here because I love a lot of things about living here. I make a lot of videos about what I love about living here. Well, I used to. I feel like I've made a video about everything I could possibly make in Yellowknife. I've got a few more ideas, but I've been kind of taking a break on the Yellowknife videos. But um, yeah, so that's why I don't move to a bigger city. I'm also not interested in living in a bigger city. Like, I don't want to be like driving in a big city, and I don't know. It's not something I'm personally interested in. But thank you for asking. I hope that answers your question. Thank you, Leah. So she says, for sure, we will be spending a few nights at my sister's. We are planning on having an appy night for Christmas Eve. Yeah, that's such a cool tradition. My husband's family does that too, and I really like that. I think we're going to do that this year too. And heading to my in-laws for Christmas dinner. Oh, that's awesome. Does that mean you don't have to cook Christmas dinner? Or will you still cook a separate one? I always remember that. Mo. Yeah, I don't shut up about it, eh? Like, it's hard to forget when I just go on and on about how crappy my Honda Fit was. Yeah, I totally hate that car. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat again, Christine. What is the temperature there now? Yes, let me look that up for you. I looked it up, but I forget. It's cold today for sure. It is minus 31, and that's Celsius. Because a lot of you guys ask me sometimes if it's Celsius or Fahrenheit or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know, just whatever comes up on the phone. So it's minus 31, and with the wind chill, it feels like minus 43 today. It's always like that's one of the things about here is it is often really windy. Is often colder, especially when you're doing anything on the ice or like obviously like open areas. It is freezing to ice fish. Like you need one of those hut things because it's just always so cold. But what's the temperature there? I would love to know. And thank you so much for the super chat. That's really kind. Um, okay. I do a whole bunch of baking every year since everyone is hosting us. Yeah, okay, that's really nice. The baking's the fun part of Christmas, I feel like. I really like the baking. Yikes. Everybody says yikes, but like I guarantee you if it's like I don't know, minus 10 there. I know Christine is from Ontario. It's probably feels the same as the minus 30 here. And I'm not joking about that. Like the humidity makes a huge difference in the temperature. Like it's not, you don't walk outside and feel freezing. I don't know how to explain it, but like just as cold as it was in Ontario, it's really not a big adjustment until it gets down to the minus 40s, 50s. You can feel that for sure. But it's not for long. It's only for like a couple of weeks usually. So minus 31. It was like plus 13. Yeah, I hear you guys in Oregon crazy hot temperature. What is up with that? I don't know why you're not sharing that. I don't know what is happening. Yeah, it's so crazy. It was 70. Look at you, Mr. Bragger over there in Georgia. Yeah, that's awesome. We all need to move there, I think. 0 degrees on Vancouver Island. Okay, so I don't know, guys. I don't know why it's so cold here. It just started to get cold, though. I have to say, like, we've had really like an extended fall, which has been amazing. So it has just gotten to minus 20 in maybe like the last 2 weeks or something, which is way better than last year, I have to say. Hello, NWT Kid Games and such. Kyle just put out a video today. That is awesome. You guys should totally go check out after this live. So he says, and hey, awesome tree. Thank you. Random question, but do you know the gas prices there? It's about 149 here in Hay River. Is that high for you guys? Like I noticed ours have definitely gone up. I just did it in my last video, but I haven't been paying attention to be honest. I think it's about there, maybe 150 or something. Which is it's usually like 130 or something, but here anyway, but maybe not in Hay River. I don't know for sure. But yeah, pardon me, I don't know for sure what it is today. I promise you guys who have been on from the beginning that I am only going to say this one more time. but I know a lot of people ask me all the time. So I am just going to say it one more time. I have some food here. I got it from Coyotes. It is, I got they were like they're like kettle chips, but I can't remember how they describe them with this honey mustard dill sauce, which is kind of spicy, really good. And then I also got a steak sandwich with fries and this little fusion salad. It's been mangled from lifting it up. So I spent $64 there because my husband got a burger too. But when I went in, they gave me this gift certificate. They're like, "Oh, we have this Christmas present for you." It just says like "Merry Christmas" from Coyotes. And then they gave me this $20 gift certificate, which I thought was so nice. So I'm just repeating it so many times because you guys asked me for restaurant reviews, but also because the food is really good and this is really nice. So I just want to make sure people know about it if they are visiting here, which is really nice. Okay, and by the way, also, I see a few of you are on now, so feel free to leave your questions in the live chat and I'm happy to answer them for you. But if we don't have any questions, then I have a few that you guys have asked from my most popular videos that I just wanted to like re-go over. I know there's a lot of new people, and so I find you guys kind of ask me some of the same questions sometimes, like popular questions. So we'll just go on from there. So we've got this is the next one here. I thought this was interesting. So this was on one of my tip videos. It had 5 tips in it. And so this person, Shannon, was adding to the tips. And she said, "You need bear protection. My grandmother had a friend who got mauled by a bear with her dog on the trampoline. Bears are quite common." I would love to know, Kyle, if bear attacks are common there. I don't think they're common. I think there's definitely bears around. I don't. I looked it up like just to see like bear attacks in the last year and so on just to see, but could find 2 in the last 2 years and they weren't fatal. It was just like one was like the bear charged and one was like a similar thing. Like it they weren't even really attacked. They were just like the bears were like protecting their cubs or whatever. But I know since I've been here, there's been a few bears that we've seen in town. But aside from that, I don't know if I would say they were common, but I would say definitely having bear protection is important if you're going to go hiking or whatever. Like I don't keep a bear spray in my purse when I'm like walking down the street or anything, but maybe I should because like just down the road at the school there was a bear. Actually, both directions. There was a bear at Copper House, and then there was a bear at one of the schools. So anyways, maybe I should, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, definitely that is something to consider if you're especially if you're coming somewhere where you're not used to wildlife. And then the next one was to add to the medevac. If you need cancer treatment, you have to fly out to another hospital, which is paid for, but you do have to pay for your own hotel. And again, with this, so I don't know if you guys know, but we have one hospital here that services the entire Northwest Territories. And if you have an issue that they can't like deal with, I don't know how to say that properly, you need to be flown to Edmonton. That's covered on your provincial insurance. So, like your provincial health card, only if you're from here. If you are visiting from another place, you need to get private health insurance because if something happens and you do need to be flown medevac to Edmonton, that will be a charge that you will have to cover. But with the cancer treatment thing, I just checked with my husband because I know some people have comment things and have lived here in the past, and sometimes things change. But with this one, you don't have to pay for a hotel. They will put you in a boarding home and you certainly can ask questions, Gregory. Thank you for joining us. And I'll answer them for you. Yes, go ahead. But yeah, so they, anyway, so you don't have to pay for that. They'll put you in a boarding lodge thing, and if that's full they will pay for a hotel for you now, so just so you know that's changed. But maybe he was saying maybe this person didn't want to stay in the boarding place and chose to stay for a hotel. I'm not exactly sure, but okay, thank you for answering, Kyle. Hay River had a bear attack once within the last 2 years. They are spotted on the outer limits of town often. Yeah, I think it's similar here. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I think that's like a common thing. People think there's lots of bear attacks. I don't know. Okay. Do you have a question, Gregory? Because I can answer it for you before I go on. I just have some fillers in case. It's just like the most popular questions from like my most popular videos, sorry. So that's all the ones I'm answering right now. But if you have a question, I'm happy to answer it for you. I'll just give you a second. I know a lot of people say they're moving right now, so I figured you might have some questions about moving stuff. All right, I'm just going to go on here. It says, "Hey Cassandra, a lot of people try to spell my name and do not spell it correctly, but um, can you tell me what you do for radio and television? Are there any local stations, or do you have to rely on cable or satellite? What kind of stations do you have locally?" Pardon me. Okay, so this was a funny one. We have like 2, 3, I don't know, really limited select radio stations. I put them down for you that I'm looking in here. Um, so there's 101 Moose FM, which is a variety of music. And then there is Cabin Radio is working on getting their FM license or something like that. If they do, I imagine that will probably be the best radio station. And then there's a French station, and then there's a country station. I'm pretty sure that's all of them. However, you can get satellite radio here, and that's fine. But like we got it free with our car for a bit, and it's just like, pardon me, it's just like if you're driving in town, you're not ever driving very far enough to like listen to the radio. I feel like even like you'll get maybe like 1 or 2 songs in before you've reached your destination. And then once you get on the outside, it doesn't work anymore. So it's like you're going for a hike or something and you can't hear your satellite radio anymore because there's like no service or whatever. So I just think it's not really worth it to purchase satellite radio. But so those are the local radio stations. And then as far as cable, no idea if we have local stations. Oh, another one for radio might be like CBC News or something like that. But yeah, as far as cable, I don't know, but you can get the following companies for cable. No, what am I thinking of? I'm thinking of like stations that are local. I don't know exactly what you're asking, but I'm just gonna read you what I have here. So we've got Shaw Direct that you can get it through, Northwest Tel Cable, Comwave National, and Bell. Those are the ones I could find online, but I'm actually not familiar with any of them because we don't purchase cable. We just purchase like Netflix and stuff, Disney. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure on that one, but that's what I could find online as far as that. Yeah, we were talking a bit earlier about it showing vaccination passports in Canada. If that's a Canada-wide thing. So I guess it is. Okay. Thank you. All right. So if you do have questions, make sure you pop them on the side there because I only have a few questions left and then I will say goodnight to you guys. But if you are joining here later on here, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you. I'll probably be taking a little bit of a break just so you guys know for just like the Christmas season. I might show you guys some lights and stuff. Maybe just let me know if you're interested in that. Like the Christmas lights, because they have Christmas lights downtown and then we'll be like driving to see Christmas lights. So I might do something like that. All right. Thanks for the question, Christine. Is having pets less common there? Oh, this is such a good question. I would think dogs were less common because people wouldn't want to walk them. You would be amazed, actually. I feel like dogs are like super common to have here, like husky type dogs, and you're like, yeah, I feel like everybody has dogs here. I know you would think that, but they have like they always put them in little like boots and coats and stuff. To walk them. But yeah, no, tons of people have dogs here. It's crazy to me. My family really wants a dog, like my entire family, like my husband and kids really want a dog, but I'm like, I'm not getting a dog for this exact reason. Like, I am not walking a dog. Like, no. And I know that I'll have to because my husband works 12-hour shifts. So like he's not going to be able to walk the stinking dog. I'll have to walk it with the kids. Like, no. So they can get dogs when they, grow up and have their own houses. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Thanks for the feedback about the lights. Awesome. I will definitely do a video about the lights then. Right. Sled dogs. Yeah. That's one of the cool things we can do here is the experience where I haven't done it yet, but I really want to, is where you can get, is it called the sled dogs? Yeah. Where you get on the little Oh my gosh, I can't even talk. Yeah, and they lead you, the dogs. Yeah, it looks so cool, but I haven't been able to do it yet. I think my kids would like freak out. I think they do even lessons or something for kids that are a bit older. My daughter might even be old enough now. So I should look into that because she would love that so much. Oh, another thing I just found out too, this is like kind of random, but if you guys are, have a family and you're wondering about activities here, because I do get questions about that too, is they have like a horse stable here, which I thought was interesting. A lot of people ask me about like farming and like agriculture stuff like gardening, and I don't think we do a whole lot of that just because it's hard to have animals here just because it gets so cold. I know people have chickens, but I didn't realize about the horses. So they do have a horse farm and they do riding lessons, so that's another thing that I am super excited to get Alice into. And for scare, yeah, no, I know this is a joke, but I think that is a humongous problem with having wildlife is you're attracting bears and stuff. You're attracting other wildlife that is yeah, gonna get your livestock and gardens and stuff. Why did I put this up? Because I'm not quite sure. Do you have chipmunks tomorrow? I don't know what that means. I don't know. Sorry. um okay, so let's go on here. Okay, so is it hard to live there without a car? Can you get everywhere you need to go in less than 4 hours when walking? This is a super common question I get. And I actually have an experience now to share with you because my car was broken for so long. It was like 2 weeks or something. We went without our car. And I know I'm so privileged over here. I'm like, oh, it was so hard, 2 weeks. But it was like during this time, like during December, we just got it back like last week or something. And I had to walk everywhere, like to get food and everything because I was stubborn. I didn't want to like pay for cabs. But yeah, it was good. Like I think it's definitely possible to definitely walk everywhere you need. Now, just to give you some like perspective of where I am, I'm in like the uptown area. And so it's relatively close to like Walmart, the grocery store, like everything you would need. Um, but it definitely would be possible if you were downtown. Everything you need is downtown except for Walmart, I guess. But you can still walk there. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a part of town where that would be more difficult. Maybe Old Town, it would be difficult to walk everywhere, but I don't think you can get a lot of like rentals down there. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think it's definitely possible to live down here without a car. A lot of people ask me if you can live close to the airport and walk everywhere, and I think that would be pretty tricky. But it's definitely less than 4 hours to walk everywhere for sure, for sure. Okay. Oh, oops, let me get this comment off. Mo asks if family has come to visit since I left. Do you know that no one has come to visit me? Is that not so rude? No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking. It's because of the COVID stuff. It's just so difficult. My sister-in-law is talking about coming to visit hopefully in a few months. So she's wonderful, isn't she? But yeah, I feel like we would have maybe got a few more family visitors if it wasn't so difficult with the COVID stuff. My mother-in-law is terrified to fly, so that's just like a challenge on its own there. Now with the COVID stuff, she's really nervous to come. Can I recommend a good spot for eyebrow threading? Are you noticing that I don't have any eyebrows? It's my own doing. It's not from eyebrow threading, but no, but I do think there are places. I see ads on some of the like Facebook things like Yellowknife Classifieds is one, like the Facebook groups. So I do think there are some spots for eyebrow threading, but if I thread any more of them, I won't have any left. So like I haven't had any experience with it. But yeah, you'd be surprised. There's like quite a few spas and stuff for like that here, which is shocking. Okay, thank you for clarifying your question. I just wonder if you have little critters like chipmunks. Yeah, that for North. Yeah, we do. We have chipmunks. We instead of raccoons, we have like foxes that are like raccoons. The foxes like my neighbor over here like feeds a fox, and you're not supposed to do that, by the way, but he does, and the fox goes right in his house and everything, and he like feeds it, and so they're like wandering around the city. So that's kind of neat. I would much rather foxes than raccoons personally, but yeah, we do see chipmunk. I think they're chipmunks, anyways. I'm so bad with wildlife. that run like along the fence and stuff for sure. Oh, hello. I'm currently being headhunted for a job in aviation in Yellowknife. Awesome. I found your channel and it's super informative. Thank you so much. I'm glad it's been really helpful. If there's anything specific you want to know, let me know. Although obviously I can't give you specifics on what it's like to work in aviation, but um, that's really cool. Yeah, there's like um yeah, we have an airport obviously, and there's like a helicopter place. There's like I think there's quite a few airports. There's like yeah, it's interesting. So that'd be great. Okay. What are your primary industries in Yellowknife, or what do you and your husband do for work in Yellowknife? Specific industry. Okay. Yeah. So I'll link a video down below after this live that talks about where I go through the census and tell you, but I can give you a few. A lot of people work for the government. A lot of people work, which my husband does, for industry. He works for the government technically, but he works at the hospital. He's a nurse. And then you've got military is very common. And then you've got mining, and then business administration, finance. And that's all I can remember right now. But those are the most popular industries, I guess, for working here. And I have to tell you that this is something that's come up recently too, is like people are like, oh, can I move there and get like just like a retail job or something and be able to afford the cost of living? Or they'll say things like, oh, no one can afford to live there. And I have to say that it is very difficult. It would be very difficult to afford things here if you were working for not one of those jobs I said, really like a job that is well paying, because the cost of living is high here, as in renting and housing is really expensive. Food, I think we've established, is pretty comparable to the rest of Canada. But yeah, definitely the rent and housing is very expensive. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I think the people here that work the retail jobs have other jobs or have like three jobs kind of thing, and so it can be really difficult to afford things here. And so I hear of people moving here and then moving away. Oh, did I ever I didn't do that live last time. I wanted to talk about, I don't know if you guys saw, I think his name is Evan Adventures, Evan TV. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna look it up. But he put a video talking about his experience living in life. If you watched it, you would have thought I was a giant liar, because his experience was not great. Like, he talks about a few pros, but most of it was not great. Hang on one second. I'm gonna just look it up, see if I can find it. Ah, I had the video saved and everything, and I was gonna talk about it because I thought his perspective was so interesting. I'll link it down below. I can't remember, but Steve Silva. Steve Silva. That's not, I don't even know what I'm talking about. So Steve Silva put out a video. Do any of you guys watch him? Let me know in the chat. But yeah, so he now lives in Whitehorse, I think. But he lived here and it was just awful. But one of the things he talked about was he shows like little bugs in his apartment, which was one of the things I was worried about. Speaking of critters, is I heard there's a lot of bed bugs, but these bugs he showed in the video, I could not make out what they were. Like, I was like, I have no idea what those bugs are. But thankfully, we've only had a problem with ants for a very short time. But other than that, like nothing else. But I think it's more of a common problem downtown. Yeah, he showed bugs. He talked about how he moved here and how expensive it was to move here. Like, he got his car towed and like all these things, and it was like thousands of dollars to move here. However, with our experience, because we were hired by the government, they pay you to move here. Like, they pay for your move, but they also pay you for like daily meals, and like, especially because we moved as a family, they paid for us to stay in a hotel for a month while we looked for an apartment. Like, there was all sorts of things. We ended up making a ton of money just off that moving cost. So like, that was a very different thing. So that was an example of maybe, yeah, maybe coming here, if they're not paying for the move, would be, and especially if you're trying to bring your car, that would be super expensive. Yeah, anyway, he talked about so many interesting things that I was like, oh, that was such a different experience than what I'm having. So anyway, maybe check that video out after if you're interested in a different perspective, because it's nice to have, some different perspectives on it. Mine is mostly positive, but obviously there are negatives. So okay, I'm nearly wrapping up here. I won't keep you guys for longer than an hour, I promise. But I'll just go here. So this one I was talking about the deposit thing, which I'll explain in a second. But Laura says the deposits sound weird. I've been in Ontario for 2 years and I've never seen a deposit requirement. Mine is for a Bell modem. I'm moving to Yellowknife at the end of June. Do you get the deposit back for things like internet and electricity, and what does it cover? So that was one of the things that I thought was really weird about moving here. Is everywhere I would go, I shouldn't say everywhere. It felt like in the beginning, everywhere I would go, they're like, okay, and I'm gonna need a deposit. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm trying to set up my electricity and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna need a deposit." I'm like, "Why? What?" Like, it was so weird. So it's like, and it's like it was like 265, I think. And they make you pay your bill on time before they give it back to you for like a year or 6 months. I can't remember. One was 6 months and one was a year, because the other one I remember was the internet. Same thing. Like, they're like, "Oh, well, we need a deposit." And I'm like, "Why?" It was like same thing. It was like over $200. So this is so weird. So anyway, but yes, you do get it back after 6 months or a year. What would you say is a comfortable salary wage in Yellowknife? Sorry if you've already answered this. No, 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 no. It's okay. I have not answered this in this live today, but I would say 80,000 probably would be comfortable to live here. If more, then better. But the thing is, so like right now, we are trying to save for house. I don't know if you guys know, but I don't work. I homeschool my children. And this is the best place to homeschool in Canada. If any of you have families, I love to talk about homeschooling here, because like in Yellowknife, I've learned that in the Northwest Territories, it is not the same. The funding is not the same and the whole structure, but it's awesome. You get great funding here. But I got it on a total tangent. Now only thinking about is homeschooling. But oh no, I can't remember what I was talking about. I totally lost my train of thought. I don't know, but oh, and we're trying to save for a house. That's what I was saying. And it is going to be very difficult because the houses are so expensive and we're going to need to save a crazy down payment. I think it's easy for most people because I feel like most people that come here, both the parents have jobs or uh like I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be pretty hard, I guess, to save for a house is what I'm trying to say. We're realizing. Okay. Yeah. Kyle says Steve has some interesting videos, usually the only video for a certain area. Yeah. Evan Adventure. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. I don't know. I'm getting all the channels all screwed up in my brain. Thank you for clarifying that, Kyle. Yeah, he does. He does have some interesting. He doesn't usually talk, I feel like, on the May. But that one did you watch that one about Yellowknife? I was kind of like, oh, I don't know about this, Steve. I don't know. You're deterring a lot of people, I bet here. With this one, but it sucks he had a bad experience. I'll check out Evan Adventure because I don't remember that either. I don't know any other vloggers other than us four. Oh, and Manuel TV, but I met him. He's super nice, but he I think does his videos in a different language a lot of the time. But I know he has videos of like the Northern Lights and stuff, which I think is awesome because I have not been able to get a video about the Northern Lights. Don't ask me about the Northern Lights. I don't know. But you know what I just learned? I feel so stupid about it. Is that most people, when you're like seeing the pictures of the Northern Lights and stuff, they're like highly edited. So I was like trying to get the footage of the Northern Lights that we did see. And I was also like, this is a little not impressive. It's like pretty dim and not like you see in the pictures. I don't know why I thought that was real, but anyways, yeah, so it's not quite like you see in the pictures if you are like me and maybe naive to editing. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that, but anyway, I'll still try to get a video not edited for you. It's just that it won't pick it up a lot of time because I'm only filming on my phone and my GoPro, and I don't know, I just can't really pick it up. Oh, this is a great question. Would you say that life in Yellowknife is more relaxing, like the opposite of city life, coming from Edmonton, better work-life balance? Yeah, I would definitely say that because you have less options of like things to do or like even stores to shop at or whatever. I know that's a negative for a lot of people, but for me, like I like not having as much choice and as much like things that I can like yeah. So you're kind of forced to like live a more relaxed life. Also, everything is so close. So you're saving a lot of time in travel and stuff like that, especially probably coming from somewhere like Edmonton. And it's great that you're coming from Edmonton because if you're going to go somewhere for a weekend or something, it's probably going to be Edmonton, right? Like to travel back and forth from here to Edmonton is really common. So we haven't still made it to Edmonton just because of COVID stuff, but we can't wait to go to Edmonton. We've never been. I'd love to hear some recommendations from you of what we should check out in Edmonton. That's awesome. Hey Jenny, what is the best sushi place in the I don't eat sushi. Sorry. I can tell right now you are a way cooler person than I am. Yeah, I don't eat sushi. I have no idea. I don't even know if we have a sushi place, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know about that. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Gotta do long exposure shots. Like, I don't know. Like, come on. I'm not technical here. Kyle, like, I don't know what this means. I don't know what that means. Like, can I do that on my phone? I have no idea. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know why I bought the stupid GoPro because I can't even use it. Like, I'm so dense with it. It's like I feel like my videos when I use the GoPro are just worse. I've just stopped using it. It's horrible. But I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe you can do a video on Northern Lights and I can send everyone to your channel because I get asked that like all the time. I have no idea. Okay, so I've got one more thing left here. So again, last chance to get your questions over there because this is my last one and then I'll head out. So, Mark has been watching a lot of my videos lately. He's very sweet, but he has a lot of really great comments. And so this one is he's talking about the snow. And so he says, the nice thing about the type of snow is in dry, very cold climate gets it is that it's more powdery. So he's like, and this is right. So he's talking about the wet, heavy. Yeah, I can't read. I'm not going to read it, but you guys can read it. But yes, I do find this is a huge difference. Although, like when I was in Ontario, I remember it would snow, and then you're out there like sometimes like literally 3 times a day shoveling because it gets so heavy that if you leave it to just do it once, like you won't be able to do it. Like for me, because I'm like weak, but it gets really heavy. But here he's totally right. He talks about like blowing it away with a leaf blower and stuff. Like it's just like it's just powder. And so the downside to that for children is they can't really make snowmen until like the very end of the year. Like the snow year, like the winter, when it gets like a little bit packy. But the good news is it's really, really easy to shovel. But most people here, like the roads don't get plowed and stuff. I know I've talked about this a lot before, but the roads don't get plowed, so they just like kind of drive over the snow. And then once a year they like scrape it off the roads. I think it's once a year. It's once a year in my area. I'm not sure. Maybe it's different some other places, but so yeah, so like sometimes when you're going through intersections and stuff, it's like because it's just like where the cars have driven is like where the snow gets taken off. It's so weird. There's no like snow plows. And then but they do plow the sidewalks. Kyle taught me that last time. And yeah, so anyway, so it's like when you're doing your stairs and stuff, because that's all you're really gonna do, it's super easy to do. So all right. I think that's everything for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you didn't hear me before, I'm probably going to be taking a little bit of a break for the Christmas holidays, but I'll try to put up some Christmas lights videos for you. But yeah, if you guys have any like thing that you want me to make videos about Yellowknife, please let me know because like I'm kind of running out of ideas. I've just been posting things that have meant something to me because like I don't know. I got kind of in a rut and didn't really know what I wanted to post. So if there's something specific, I'm happy to like redo things as well for you. But you guys are popping in with some comments here, so I'll just get those before I go. If you're ever in Edmonton and would like to see from above a helicopter, or better yet, YouTube video, Edmonton regional helicopters, that would make a really great video. That is a really good idea. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. Merry Christmas. Thank you. That's really, really sweet. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Yes, have a happy holiday. Thank you so, so much. And I will see you guys soon. And hopefully, I'm thinking of doing maybe a live like once a month, maybe something like that, just to keep up with the Yellowknife people who have questions about Yellowknife because, you know, sometimes I'm not always posting videos about Yellowknife, and I know a lot of people sometimes are moving here and stuff. So Anyway, that's just a thought. Let me know if that's interesting to you. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. See you later. I love the cooking ones. Okay, I'll try to do some more cooking ones. I can't believe anyone loves the cooking ones, to be honest, because I just feel like I suck so bad cooking that it like makes me laugh. But I'm really glad you guys like them. I really like doing them, like the food challenge ones and stuff. They're awesome. So definitely I'll add those to my list for sure. Thank you. Have a good Christmas too, Leah. Thank you so much. Merry holidays, Kyle. Bye guys. See you soon.